Do you live for Sunday dinner and that slow-cooked all-day flavor of a pot roast that falls apart with a dull spoon? Thanks to Omaha Steaks, I'm never shy about the proteins when it comes to Sunday dinners at our house. Every steak is aged to perfection to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. Get 50% off the world's best everyday protein. Go to omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code YUM at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code YUM at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to https://omahasteaks.com to get 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And use promo code YUM at checkout for an extra $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Welcome to Tunnel Talk, a no facts, all feelings wrestling podcast on the Social Suplex Network. I'm Allie.
I'm Ann.
And I'm Leah.
How's everybody doing this week?
I am very tired. I've just come back from a little trip to Florida where I did a Disney after hours situation. And I don't know if you guys have been to Disney lately or ever.
Not since I went for the American Chemical Association conference when I was in high school with my mother.
Nice.
Have I told you guys this story before on the pod that when I was little? I think I have. Yeah. That I asked my dad to take me.
It.
Yeah, and he said you won't remember it. So no, and I've never been to Disney because I think it's a place of amnesia.
Have we already had this whole? Do you think we had it on the podcast or did we have it during our own private chit-chat time?
Either one's quite possible.
Well, my mother also once, I was driving with her somewhere, and there was like a billboard for like an apple picking orchard near our house, and she was like, "Oh, do you remember when we took you and Nathan there?" And I said, "No, I don't remember that." And she goes, "Why did we do all these things with you as children if you don't even remember them?" And I was like, I don't know, I guess you were just trying to turn me into a person. And, I think it was worth it for that alone. just because I don't have a working brain doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it to take me apple picking.
It's like don't take it personally. I don't remember things I've done last week, so.
It's like, you should be astonished at the number of things I do remember. So...
It's true. Well, and all the core memories you have is from childhood or like the time you got a really cool Band-Aid or something, it's just like...
Yeah. Or for me, a lot of them are shame related. It was something happened. Something happened and I felt ashamed.
Hey, save it for the mental health Patreon.
My God, you're right. I have to save it for the Patreon. Okay.
Yeah. Where we'll all go through all our shame-based core memories.
That's a good. We're always trying to come up with like special things we could do on the medical Patreon, and I think just a weekly shame check-in of like, this is a time that I was ashamed. That'll definitely.
We just kind of start. We're like, okay, guys, ages 0 to 8. Like, let's hit your major shame memories, and that's kind of like a month worth of content right there. Yeah. And then you go 8 to 12.
Could be much more content. They're the only memories I have, Anne, so remember that. Oh, my gosh. What was I going to say to you guys? Oh, the Ides of March approach. Now, when is Revolution? Is it on
Sunday? Is the Ides
it's
of
on
March
the Ides?
Is that the 15th?
Is it on the Ides? Dude, is Caesar totally going to get killed?
Wow.
it's
John Callis is not an honorable man. So
I'm putting the pieces together. I'm connecting the dots. That's interesting. That's fun that they're celebrating the Ides this way this year.
Do you think even one member of AEW has made that connection?
Low probability. Very low probability. Although Luchasaurus is a historian, right? So maybe he has.
That's true, but medieval history.
Yeah,
but
so a different time period. Well, I guess I was just thinking like he's been in a classroom. Definitely,
he's, like,
that's
read a
the
book,
one man I'm like definitely has been in a classroom. The other ones, it's a mixed bag. A lot
Hard
of
to
you
say.
have. I'm so sorry. A lot of you have at wrestlers. Okay, so the Ides approach. Now I wanted to bring something up about. We had this revelation this week where we realized like revolution is not just coming. Like eventually it will come for real. Like it will be here. Mm-hmm. And that's this weekend. And that's all well and good. But I realized that my plans for this weekend were for us to watch Band of Brothers every single night of the weekend. But actually, I think Leah has plans on Saturday, and we're gonna have to watch this pay-per-view on Sunday. So I'm like worried we like won't watch Band of Brothers like at all.
Well, it's just D&D, and I'm usually home by like 8:30, so we can at least watch one on Saturday night, possibly two.
We're watching
as you were saying
Band
that,
of Brothers
I was
together, guys. Listeners, we're watching Band of Brothers together, and it's kind of the only thing getting me through my weeks.
I know. Well, I was just thinking today about how excited I was to watch Band of Brothers this weekend, and the fact that Revolution is this weekend did not at all enter into my mind. I knew both facts, but
your lizard brain knew that like that Revolution was never going to beat Band of Brothers, so it was just like writing it off immediately. It's like I guess we won't watch Revolution because we have that thing to watch Band of Brothers.
Right, we're pretty busy watching Band of Brothers, so it came out in 2001, 2002.
No time like the present. You've seen it before.
I have seen it before.
What do you think our energy would be like if we like pre-gamed with Band of Brothers? Like we watched Band of Brothers from 5 to 7 and then immediately jumped into the 0 hour. Do you think our energy would be cool?
No, I actually think that could only improve our experience of watching wrestling. Like if we get into our new World War II, like in the trenches foxhole frame of mind and then head into wrestling, we're going to be saying the craziest things we've ever said, complimentary at ourselves. Like we're going to be having the time of our lives.
Plus, like I'm going to be so much happier. Like if I'm just watching Revolution all night without being and thinking I wish I was watching Band of Brothers this whole time, I'm not going to be receiving Revolution in a happy mindset. But if I get to watch 2 hours of Band of Brothers first,
it could also be good for us because one of the reasons that Leah and I hadn't watched Band of Brothers before, Leah, you've said this more than me, but I agree very much that it's the case. There's so many men in there and they all look the same in their little uniforms. Mm-hmm. So you get in there and it's just like, I don't know who I'm seeing do what at any given time. So we're really trying to like learn who's who so we can, track some of these emotional storylines.
And you're incredibly good at it. We'll be watching a dark scene at night with men in foxholes. And you'll just be like, now who's that? Is that, oh, I know who that is. Is that Blythe? And I'm like, how the fuck where'd she pull that out?
I know that I did not identify a Blythe. That's
yes, you did.
I don't believe that for a second. I do. Once they're in the snow, I really think the snow changed the game because when they're initially in the countryside of Normandy, the camouflage is working. You know, I mean, they're not wearing camouflage, but like they're wearing that color. So it's like everything is the same color and they all have dark hair and it's just like, well, I don't know what yours. But the snow gives kind of a backdrop, so it's like I can see them more clearly
because they've done like that sepia tone to the whole thing because Damian Lewis actually has quite red hair, but it doesn't look super red in Band of Brothers because they've color aged it. So the snow, it does make a difference. And those early episodes where they're running around in the dark with face black on to
you can camo. And it's like they're in the nighttime.
No
they just fell out of a plane. Who could identify a man after that happened to him?
I know many people complain that TV has gotten dumbed down, but I'll tell you for free, if there was like a closed captioning option where instead every once in a while it just had a pop-up bubble pointing and it's like this guy is named I would turn that on.
It's like that's Garnier. His brother died in that first episode. Remember? You remember that part.
I did remember that. I actually did remember that.
I would turn that on so fast.
Yeah. Well, I'm loving the experience, but I think the reason that I brought that up was that I was like, it could be helpful for us. We get a couple of Band of Brothers in us. We've been practicing knowing who these men are. And then we do a fun little exercise where we're watching Revolution, but instead of paying attention to the matches, we're deciding what each of their gimmicks would be.
Oh. That's
Isn't that
fun.
so fun?
That is fun. Also, maybe you got so good at recognizing men because you've had to watch wrestling for 5 years.
So, like, if there's one thing wrestling trains you for, it's knowing the name, unfortunately, against your will, of a normal man. You're right, because I'm way better at that than I used to
from
be.
other men, yeah.
I'm way better at that than I used to be. Well, that's something to think about. So maybe we'll watch Band of Brothers for like most of Sunday, and then watch Revolution. We'll see what happens. I'm loving it. We're gonna get through some more World War II media after this. We're having the time that we can have of our lives. You know what I mean?
So true. Yeah, it's educational content, basically.
It's educational content. Yeah.
I've definitely gotten into some Wikipedia holes. I'll tell you that for free.
Liam, while we were viewing, was like, I'm worried I didn't learn enough about World War II. So I'm having to look quite a few things up. And you know what? To be fair, the things you said you had to look up, I'm like, yeah, obviously none of us had learned that. Of course none of us knew that.
I've really realized that there's like areas in which I've learned a lot. And then areas that, no, I just don't feel like my teachers were discussing what Italy was up to in World War.
Well, I guess I knew some stuff was happening there. But
that was the one where I was like, not to call you out, but I think most of us did know that
I knew that Italy was involved. I don't think it was a huge focus. Like, it was more, it was always kind of an afterthought of just like, and of course in Italy.
Yeah, because they weren't good at it.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
They were bringing them down.
I really enjoyed my Google search that was like, yes, Italy was technically in World War II, but really,
no one was happy about it.
The sentence from this Reddit guy where he's like, there is an argument to be made that Germany would have been better off if Italy had never entered World War II or had just stayed neutral. That delighted me. I was like,
I had never heard that before, and that was one of the best things I've ever heard. Yeah,
that charmed me. But when you were saying that you like didn't learn about trench foot, it was like, yeah, obviously they didn't teach us anything cool about trench foot, which I didn't look up. So actually, I still don't really know what it is. It's just like you get your foot get real wet.
It gets wet. It gets too long.
And then it gets all like fungal. Actually, my dad's uncle who like raised him was in World War I. He was a fairly old man, and he got trench foot in the trenches there. Yeah.
But he recovered?
Yeah, he didn't lose his feet or anything.
That's good. You wouldn't want to.
No.
Hey,
not a
you
pleasant
wouldn't
experience.
Want to.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm out there doing Google searches and looking for books that are going to educate me on all the areas that I don't know about. It's going to be good. I'm going to become a World War II buff in areas that I've never considered.
You didn't know you could buff on those.
Didn't know
you didn't know there were buffs.
Imagine me introducing myself and being like, in my free time, I read about the Italian portion of the World War II.
Just start doing it now.
Into Mussolini.
Mussolini.
It is really, you can understand why so many dads go down this route, like especially when this is happening to you in winter. So it's like I'm watching Band of Brothers. It's so cold outside. There's nothing to do. It's an insidious thought. I just keep thinking like, could I get crazy into World War II? Could I learn like so much about World War II? And it's like, maybe not. Like that might not be like the best use of your one wild and precious life.
I mean, there are worse things. I mean, being into wrestling is worse, certainly. Yeah.
Should this become a World War II pod?
Should we do a deep pivot? And I mean, watching Band of Brothers, it hadn't struck me when I first watched it back in the 2000s, but watching it this time, it was quite striking, and we kept saying it over and over, and like, wow, America was the good guys, and that must have really felt amazing.
Must have felt.
So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it has to feel better than what it feels like to be alive right now. But not that it was good to be alive during World War II, and not that World War II was good to experience, to be very, very clear. And it's really bad that World War II happened.
I think you covered all your bases. We're actually not war activists. We're not for war. Don't worry about that.
Jesus Christ. I think we have to move on. But anyway, yeah. So that's the real. So let's pull back from our new interest, and refocus on our persistent interest in the men that we can name in the world of professional wrestling. Yay! And don't forget that after we talk about the events of this week at AEW, we will return to our March Madness Seeding the Bodies tournament yet again. So
Week
hang
3.
in there. But three. But first, a highly intellectual conversation for the next hour plus. We begin. Okay. Oh, good. Some notes to myself to start. Okay, so we're going to start with the Hangman MJF stuff, with a little dip into the man Kyle Fletcher. So both of these elements of this topic are from Dynamite. So the first is that MJF approached Kyle Fletcher backstage on Dynamite. Kyle Fletcher was there to fight Speedball Mike Bailey, which we'll talk about in a little while. And he was getting hyped up by Don Callis, who, just his classic stud talk, like, you're my best stud, get out there, be my hands and fill your hands and feet with rage or something, whatever he said later. And MJF interrupted. And he had a little bit of the demeanor of a man who was ordering a servant around and was like, hey, Kyle, love that you have this little match coming up. Just get out there and murder him. I don't like that guy. So just get out there and kill him. Oh, and apparently he also called Kyle a beautiful man. I do think that MJF is kind of in his like mega horny era right now. I've never seen him I've never seen him behave erotically before, and now he's doing it constantly.
Do you think he's like baiting us as part of his apology tour? He's like, the girls always want boys to kiss each other. I'll just try to tempt them into talking about me kissing somebody.
It's kind of working because, that's even somehow gets me further into it. The idea that he's just like, and I'll just do this because I'm sucking up to the girls. It's not because I want to kiss anybody. But then, I don't know, I think it's coming across as very honest. Like, he's released something in himself that he's never let out before.
He just needed the fig leaf of us.
That's right, yeah. A little permission structure to start.
That interests me. Anyway, so he was like, go beat the shit out of him. Kyle Fletcher was like, I actually don't work for you, and don't talk to me like I work for you. I don't take orders from you. MJF he says, I am going to beat him up, obviously, but I'll do it for me. I'll do it for me, not for you. Okay, whatever. MJF turns to Don Callis and says, you should teach your guy how to talk to the world champ, and then he leaves. Kyle is like, what is our relationship with that guy? Like, we don't work for that guy. Right? We definitely don't work for that guy. Don Callis is like, sweet boy, don't worry your pretty little head about it. You are so pretty. Don't worry about it. You just go do violence. Kiss. What's going on there?
I don't know.
Fascinating.
Don Callis had like a comically like surprised look at first when MJF walked away, where he was just like, whoa, now that was quite a lot, don't you think? And then he like, when Kyle was like, we don't work for him, and Don Callis was like, of course, Kyle, it's going to be fine. It's always going to be fine. And you're just sort of like, okay, so you've sold Kyle to MJF. Like, you straight up just sold Kyle.
Yeah. He was like, how much can a Kyle Fletcher get me on the open market, and how much ham can it buy?
It was a real, like, it's like that man is having such serious money troubles, and it's just like, but I won't be telling my family. Like, it's like I lost my job and I'm spending every day in the garage, but I won't be telling my family.
He's just constantly like, I can get everybody out of this. I can do it. I can pull us around. I can turn everything around. And you're just like, Don Callis, you can't.
It's like, let's practice some radical honesty. If you get all those big meatheads together in a room and just say, like, we don't have enough money for him, like, they're going to take the house, like, you guys could come up with something together.
Yeah, you could rally together. You could hold a bake sale, you could, all kinds of money.
You could have a car wash. You could have a car wash.
Oh, they could wash a lot of cars.
Yeah.
I also think you can just go to Tony Khan and say, hey, Tony, can I have $1 million match from one of my guys? And then he just invents money matches.
I do think Tony would be like, God, I've been wishing that somebody would come ask. Nobody will come ask me for money matches. I would love to throw out $1 million. I'm not totally, it's clear that something's going on, which I love. I'm not totally tracking what it is, so I will continue until it's revealed otherwise. I'll continue to assume it's about the economics of ham. Mm-hmm. And we'll just see if that turns out to be true. Now, this is kind of tangential because it's about Don Callis, but we're all just we're in the March mix. So we got an email this week that I meant to reply to, and we didn't reply to it. And then I said, should we just read it on the pod and we can just explain on the pod? And the girl said, yes, let's do it. So we got an email from listener Delusion. Hi, Delusion. Nice to meet you. Who said, I've been wondering for a while about the origin of the Kenny's Powders reference that we make regularly. And I realized I could email you guys and ask. Yes, you can. You can always email us and ask. Will we know the answer for why we've been doing something? Maybe, maybe not. But in this case, we do. So she said, I wasn't watching wrestling at the time Kenny broke away from the DCF, and I wasn't able to figure it out when I listened to the episodes from that time. So are Kenny's Powders a cloud story or something someone actually said in a promo?
That's such a good question.
And
I'm so sorry to everyone listening to the pod trying to discern.
It can be so hard to know.
Recently, someone in our Discord was like, you guys should write like a how-to or like a, intro to new fans to catch them up on what's important. And I was like, we would either be lying or making things up.
I know. Or we'd think we were doing a really good job. And then we'd be like, Trish and Sarah, can you proof this for us? And they'd be like, okay, so 90% of this is false. 90% of this is just something you made up. We're like, no, it was on the show. Oh, it was on the show for real.
I could swear I saw it. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Is one of you able to, I can do it if not, but is one of you able to explain the origin of Kenny's Powders?
So it was at a time when Kenny was world champ, I think, right? And a heel.
What? No, I thought it was, I thought it was after he came back. I thought it was after he came back from his absence.
Rollicking stuff. I thought it was a while ago, but
he was in his fight with Don Callis, and he wasn't. While he was world champ, he and Don Callis didn't get.
Maybe the powders came up later.
The powders came up late. I think it was after his long absence when Adam Cole was supposed to be taking care of the Young Bucks, but he didn't. And he had a sit-down interview with JR to talk about his relationship with Don Callis very bad. And just casually, offhandedly, was like explaining about how Don Callis was like his weird uncle who groomed him into being a wrestling freak, basically, and was just like, and I didn't know he would just give me powders, and look at me now. It was something. I tried to find this and I haven't been able to find it yet. It does exist. Yeah. It is real.
Yeah.
It was the most inexplicable, and it went unexplained.
Yeah.
It was like, stop. JR, stop him. Ask what that
ask
means.
A follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very like Don Callis was making me into the athlete and, treating me bad, and he gave me powders.
And he would just give me powders.
I think the implication was supposed to be that it was like protein powder or collagen or any of that, but the way he said it was so weird that you're like, now what was in those powders and what did it do to you?
That's so modern day call out, Doc, though. Like the idea that Kenny's like, Don Callis is a really bad man. He made me eat protein powder. He actually would just give me protein powder and I had no choice but to eat it. Can you even believe it? And you're just like, yeah, that's, maybe not amazing, but it's okay. It's not the worst thing that could happen.
He was your athletic trainer? That sounds reasonably normal, I guess.
It was so Kenny. It was so very Kenny. And then I think moments later he got beaten up by someone on Don Callis' behalf. So that's the origin of the powders. We'll see if we can find the clip, but we didn't make it up, shockingly. But I think it was kind of like a cloud story for Kenny. You know what I mean? you did get the sense that maybe Don Callis later, out of kayfabe, was like, what was that powders thing? And he's just like, don't worry about it.
Just a little something I came up with on the fly. Do you love it?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, good digression. Okay. Second item from Dynamite. Dynamite concluded with a Hangman MJF press conference in which, Leah, you actually did a little investigative journalism among our friends. Do you want to explain what was going on here?
I love walking into a crowd of our friends and being like, hello, who wants to educate me? I was trying to figure out the press conference thing. That was a New Japan thing. And I asked Trish and Tim Hunter about it, and they were saying that, yes, New Japan does a lot of these kind of press conferences that superficially this looked like, but it's never shown to a live audience. It's just put on the internet for, people to find.
Yeah.
And,
it sounded very much like AEW also has press conferences like after pay-per-views, except in Japan things are like very kayfabe. Like the press is also in kayfabe, so like the whole thing is kayfabe, but it's like also on like YouTube or wherever, and not on the actual show.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were.
So that was very good information.
You learned that they were actual reporter. I'm using scare quotes, but
yeah, I assumed, because I don't know, did you guys think it was mic'd normally? I couldn't hear the questions being asked. I heard MJF and Hangman's answers, but
the crowd got so loud that it was kind of hard to hear. I could hear the journalists, but they were also all talking kind of weird, and I feel like many of them are people I've heard talk before, but they were being very like, I am reading very fast and precise, like all their questions. I don't know.
Well, I didn't even hear like names I recognized. So like I thought they were all the way like they round up local wrestlers to serve as security guards. I thought that those were all just local wrestlers being like, "Hello, I am press." And so then like in the Discord
me,
today,
Mr.
they
Reporter.
were like, yeah, they were like, "Oh, no, those were actual IWC people." And they did ask Dave Meltzer to join. He said no. And well, having seen the segment, that wasn't a terrible thing from him.
That picture of Dave Meltzer just lurking the crowd, like staring at Okada, like he's gonna like tromp on out and get in on the action, is that must become a meme. It must be memeified. We need that.
So funny.
Well, it's hard to know where to start talking about this. I don't understand what the thought process was with this as a segment. And we should start by saying, as our friend Nicole said last night, it's good to try new things. It's good to try new things.
It is true. But yeah, it was pre-taped, and it went on at the very end of the show after the main event match, which...
was it pre-taped? Because they cruised out to get punchy.
Yeah,
so they
but
just
apparently the
pretended.
press conference was filmed earlier in the day.
Yeah, or the day before or something.
I guess that does make sense. I don't know why I was... Okay. All right. Go on.
Yeah. Well, I think that just like especially undermined it. Like usually in the go home show, like you have these like sit downs between the two wrestlers in the main event, but it's like in the ring and live. Whereas this, like, it was pre-taped and it was after everything else. So it felt like a real like weird letdown. And then it like the crowd didn't enjoy it because it wasn't in front of them, and they started chanting boring at one point, which it was quite boring. It was very boring. And I think the thing is with like a press conference is that like press conferences like kind of by design are not supposed to be very interesting. You know, like that's where you're supposed to be doing your like media controlled talk where you don't say anything of note, and that's basically what they did. But it's like that doesn't make for real scintillating TV.
Yeah, and I think it was especially a contrast just because the Young Bucks FTR match was so insane and like, you know, like such a banger that
I know,
like you had all your energy up and you're like, what's next? And it was like people sitting very sedately in a back room.
There was a real high watermark in Dynamite where towards the very, very end of that second hour where one of you was like, oh my God, are we ending on time? And I'm loving this match. And then it was like, no. We actually have another segment after this. And it was like, okay.
That was me, and Nicole broke my heart because it was 10:58 and the match was ending, and it was like clear that there wasn't going to be an after match thing, and I was like, oh my God, this is the sexiest thing that's ever happened to me.
I had the time of my life.
Happily typed that into our chat, and our friend Nicole was like, we still have the press conference. Fuck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think
dark.
And you saying that it's like press conferences are by design kind of boring is what I kept thinking about while we were watching, and then after we finished watching it. We go into it, I'm like, this is a weird thing to do, especially at the very end of a long show after a high energy match. And press conferences are kind of boring, and people are starting to ask questions, and they're like pretty normal questions, and the answers are also like fairly normal. So I developed an immediate expectation of like, okay, so now somehow we've got to really subvert this format, and someone has to ask something that creates a moment so emotionally, psychologically strange for these men that the whole format gets turned on its head, and it's just like, I can't believe this is happening at a press conference.
Yeah.
And That is not what happened. I think maybe it was kind of what they were gesturing towards, because Hangman had that moment at the end where I don't even remember exactly what happened. It was like MJF was like being like, "You'll never be champion again. You'll never be champion again." And Hangman did have a moment where he looked like, "I'm going insane." Like, so I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be like the turn, but it was just like, it was what we call in the Google Maps biz a slight turn. You know, like it didn't do what I was expecting the segment to do if you were going to do the segment. And instead they got into a physical fight, which is what you would expect from a wrestling press conference. So I just felt like I wanted my expectations to be subverted, but then my expectations that my expectations would be subverted were subverted, and I didn't like that.
No. Yeah, no, you're right, because it is like if you took like a boring press conference and started it boring and then made it crazy, like that would work, but they did just kind of make it normal. I think like the other thing you could do with a press conference is like at a press conference, people are in their like media training, like trying not to reveal like their real feelings.
Yes.
So you could do kind of a thing like on The Office or something like a mockumentary where the people are trying to like hide their real feelings, but you can see like what's happening.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for that, you need like pretty good actors, and these are wrestlers. So
I think if they had
Hangman tried a little bit, but
it
kind of wasn't enough, especially with a crowd like booing the segment at the same time.
I think that's my major like objection to this is I'm like, I don't think it should have been aired on the show. Like, I just like there's nothing. I do not think that there's anything they could have done with that press conference that would have kept the audience.
I think if they put it in the middle of the show, they could have got away with it. But it would have needed to be like a lot better because it really was like nothing interesting was said really at all.
I don't know. There's something about it. It's a real like compels me though feeling, I guess, where I'm just like, I do think you could do something really interesting with that. Like if you have the format and you know how people are supposed to behave in that format, like I do think you could do something interesting. Like, would it ever work in wrestling in front of a live crowd? I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it never would. It was a strange choice. Let's touch briefly on a real highlight though of the segment. The man that I've now named Brian Dweebelson.
I was so happy with everything that he did. Like the way he was dressed, like his affect, everything. Every question they'd be like, "So Hangman, are you gonna win this match?" And he'd be like, "I am gonna win this match so hard that MJF won't be able to walk after. The violence I will inflict on him will be devastating." And then Bryan Danielson would say, "Okay, next question." Like, that's insane.
There was just something about it where it's like it's like, you know, Bryan Danielson, and then you also know Bryan Danielson on commentary, where it's like literally every week the man is like perving out. Like, I just saw the grossest thing happen in that ring. You know, I've done that before, and I'd love to do it again. I just saw a man's arm get snapped in half in that ring. God, I wish that were me. And he somehow managed to like ball all that energy up and shove it way down in himself so that none of it came out. So that he was just a random backstage worker who was like, my job is to run a press conference and to run it really normal. And I love doing things normal. I don't even know what violence is. It was transcendent performance. You're talking about people who can act. I don't know. Maybe it's him.
Honestly, yeah. And like, if he had been in a JR role, like sitting in between them, asking them questions, and then acting very like surprised and like put off by the crazy things they were saying, like he might be able to do it. I didn't think anyone could step into that JR shoes there.
God,
you know? But
now that's something, Anne. Let's give it a try. You know what? Let's give it a try. Can somebody out there, whoever has the ear of TK, can you just get in his ear and just say, like, let's try Bryan Danielson as JR, as the new JR.
Yeah. As a very normal man who, like, asks questions and then they say something so psychosexually revealing that he's just like...
And he's just like, my God.
Oh, my
Now, what do you mean by that? My goodness.
Gosh. Okay, well...
If you had told me the year we started watching wrestling that someday I would be like, God, I miss JR, I would have I'd have laughed in your face. And I don't miss him for everything. But we've always said it. This was his real area of expertise. Just a man being like, you're doing that in front of me? A salad?
I wish that was the only thing he was doing at AEW. Like, they brought him back, but only to do backstage pre-tape interviews, like where he just sat in the middle and just looked horrified and a little offended.
He never even really looked fully horrified, just like befuddled. Like, well, that is not what I expected to hear.
Not what I expected to hear, not what I wanted to hear, and I'm going to try to forget it as soon as possible.
Let me shove that way down. Well, anyway, so then they got in their big fight, and then they're going to fight at Revolution. Any thoughts on what's going to happen at Revolution?
I think Hangman's going to win.
I think so, too. I'll go out. I think the signs are pointing that way. Maybe he won't, but...
Let's go 3 for 3. I'm also going to say Hangman win. Maybe he won't. But maybe he won't. Maybe he will, but maybe he won't. Is that what you come to this podcast for, listeners?
Oh, yeah. They definitely come for our predictions.
I remember I used to, like, build into the schedule, like, oh, we got a pay-per-view, so let's make sure that we touch on, like, who we think's going to win. It was an afterthought in here. Like, I was just like, oh, I guess they're going to fight. Oh, should I say, like, who's going to win? Okay, I guess I will. All right, let's move on to our next segment. We got weekend zagged with this one. So last week on Collision, Tommaso Ciampa fought Danny Garcia with Mark Briscoe on commentary. So I read the recap before I watched this, and then I couldn't even describe it until I went and watched it. And I think I got it right, but we'll see if you guys agree. So they're having a normal match. It's thrusting, mounting, whipping stuff, just your classics. Like, Ciampa is, like, getting his dick in Danny's face, like, real ag, which you wouldn't do if you were a good guy, I have to assume. But what do I know about the lives of men?
I mean, it's like one of those things, though, where you're like, can you judge him ever? It seems like a lot of men that happens to around Danny Garcia.
And also, it depends on the context. You can be a good guy and do that at, like, a bathhouse, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess I've never seen any of these men in a bathhouse, is what I'll say. So I don't know if they would do. I don't know if they have done it there.
I thought you were about to say, well, I've never been to a bathhouse, Allie, so I can't really speak to that.
Oh, Anne, you want to tell us about your bathhouse experiences?
Anne's like, when I go to the bathhouse, I freak the fuck out.
Listen, all I know is that he was grinding in his face like a man who's very rude, okay? And as I said, Mark Briscoe's on commentary, and Ciampa was, like, peacocking for Mark Briscoe, basically. Like, he kind of, like, got in front of the desk and was, like, hitting Danny Garcia around and kind of looking at Mark Briscoe like, do you love this? And Mark Briscoe was being like, yes, I absolutely love it, which I think got Danny really mad. So, because I guess he was extraneous to the proceedings. He didn't want to be a part of their mating ritual. So then he went over there at some point and he, like, shoved Mark Briscoe in the face and then got back in the ring. And Mark Briscoe, I think I saw, was being he had, like, stood up like, how dare you? And I think he was being kind of egged on by some audience members maybe, but a lot of this happened off camera. So Danny and Ciampa are continuing to wrestle in the ring. And then at one point, like, Ciampa, like, hits the ropes, except that it turns out Mark Briscoe is there on the apron, I guess to yell at or hit Danny Garcia. I don't know. But he accidentally hits Tommaso. And so then Tommaso gets pinned almost immediately by Danny. Surprise upset. And he is really not happy about this. Which I can understand. If you have been peacocking in front of a man to impress him and, like, shoving your dick in another man's face to impress the man, and then suddenly you get pinned by the man, I can understand psychologically. This was a lot. So Mark Briscoe gets in the ring and is like, dude, sorry about that, but let's just shake hands. And remember when I said I'm, like, in love with you? And I really think that you feel the same. Like, we have this heightened sexual attraction and we love each other. And Tommaso Ciampa was like, be that as it may, I am past my last straw. I'm far past my last straw. That's not exactly what happened. Okay, what part? I got so into my telling that I stopped reading my script. Okay, so he doesn't want to forgive him. He, like, leaves, but then FTR come out and they get in the ring with Ciampa. Mark Briscoe leaves. FTR come out. They get in the ring with Ciampa. Mark Briscoe gets back in the ring to protect Ciampa, I think. And he's like, they're doing like, settle down. Let's not let this get out of hand. And so Ciampa's like, let's get out of here, Mark. So they leave the ring. They go up the ramp. It's all fun and games. It's all sexy fun and games. And then suddenly, Tommaso Ciampa beats up Mark Briscoe all over the stage, everywhere that you can imagine. He's beating him up. And he takes his bandana, his precious bandana, and he stuffs it down Mark Briscoe's trunks and puts it, in the words of someone on commentary, whom I can't remember, all over his backside. Did he put it in Mark Briscoe's trunks?
No, I think he put it in his own trunks. Yeah,
so he rubbed his own butt. He rubbed his own butt. I'm so
Yep.
sorry that I got that wrong, because of course that makes so much more sense that he shoved the bandana down his own trunks and rubbed it all over his own butt. Yeah. So
Disrespectfully. Yeah.
anyway, that's kind of what went down there. So Ciampa now is a bad guy, and we got a little promo later on in the show where Mark Briscoe was like, okay, well, I actually never loved you. So that was the first thing I lied about. I lied about how I loved you, and I actually never trusted you, and I thought you had weird vibes from the second that you got here. And if you want to hang out with those guys, then fine, but I'm going to call up the Young Bucks, and we're all going to fight you on Dynamite. Okay. What do you think?
I was obsessed with this. I ended up watching the turn like 3 times because I was laughing so hard. Do you guys remember when FTR turned and we were busting Cash for the theatrics that he was doing, where he was like, no, Zach, how could you do this? I'm with Christian and what's his name? Copeland. I'm with Copeland. I would never. Just kidding. It's like this same fucking thing where like Ciampa was so theatrical where he was like, go away, FTR, you suck. I'd never tag with you. And then he loses one match and then gets mad enough with Mark Briscoe, but then does the exact same thing where he's like, come on, Mark, let's go to the bar and drink our sorrows. Let's walk together. What was that walk up the ramp for? Who was that for?
And
why
he was
did
like
he have to do it
touching
up there?
him. He was like touching him and like rubbing his shoulder and being all lovey-dovey.
What was all
You were
that
gonna have a nice
for?
night. You were like, this is a happy ending. After all of that, the peacocking worked. He loved it.
It was like he wanted to surprise him. He wanted to get him away from FTR, his allies who would help him
would have
beat him
been
up.
thrilled if he had done that.
You can see how a man with these instincts would not raise useful sons. I'll say that. They got it from watching you. I think it was theatrical. It was very theatrical.
Yeah. And then I also lost it about Mark Briscoe just being like, you know what? I called the Young Bucks about it. And I was like, the last time that you talked to the Young Bucks, I think they were bad guys. You haven't interacted since. On what grounds did you call the Young Bucks, I guess?
It was also so funny that Mark Briscoe was like, yeah, I thought you were bad. I was getting a bad feeling this whole time. And so like I was acting like I liked you, but really I knew all along. I knew you were bad. I didn't like you back in the day when we knew each other, and I didn't like you when you got here. Oh, okay, Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess people get defensive and tell themselves lies. But
Absolutely.
sure.
When your heart has been broken, you thought you were embarking on a new love affair, and then your dreams get crushed that fast. And it's like, because of, I think he's also probably feeling defensive because it's like, well, you kind of caused this. Although it is fair to say that if what you did pushed Ciampa over the edge, then anything could have. A feather could have pushed him over the edge, obviously.
And Ciampa on Dynamite in that like video package, he said like, I was pushing down my sicko instincts, but they finally had to come out. And it's like, you weren't pushing them down very hard, I guess. And like, be like, what?
It was very much like the man is being like, and I've been in deep disguise this whole time. And it's like, well, you're wearing a trench coat. That's all that happened, is that you just were wearing a trench coat. And when I see a trench coat, I think like, that's a man in disguise. When I hear a man with that theme song, which to be clear, I actually love his theme song. And he comes out and his legs are bare under his little fuck ass jacket. And he's like posing like that. Like, yeah, like, I don't think that's a good guy. I was never for a second thought that was a good guy. Not for 1 second.
Oh, yeah. No, I was actually shocked. Right. The first time I watched him debut, and then I was shocked listening to Trish and Sarah the next day when they were like, he's a face. And I was like, he's what?
Yeah.
maybe
it was like
maybe we should have known that. You know, it's like maybe it was never supposed to be unclear, really.
Yeah, it's like maybe he's been doing great characterization this whole time, I guess. But maybe again, who was it for though? Like, why did you come in pretending to be trying to throttle your sicko inner self or whatever?
I have no idea, but I am now incredibly delighted thinking about Mark Briscoe spending the last 3 weeks backstage telling everybody he knows that like he's in love now. This is gonna last. He knows he's like this is the one. He knows it. Like he's like talking to Kyle O'Reilly, and it's just like we stay up late talking, and I just like I don't want to get off the phone, and so like we just listen to each other breathe. And then after Dynamite, he's backstage being like, I knew he was an asshole. I actually knew it. I was just I was giving him a chance, but I actually knew it the whole time.
Man, if he was saying that stuff to Kyle O'Reilly, poor Kyle. Kyle loves Mark Briscoe more than anybody.
So many men have loved Mark Briscoe, and he's never noticed.
He's never loved any of it. God, that is tragic, actually. It's like, that man is backstage catnip. The boys are falling over themselves to be with Mark Briscoe. He doesn't want to be with anybody. He finds one man he wants to be with, an old flame. And then
he runs off to be with FTR.
God, that's demoralizing.
He does a little drama and then runs off with FTR.
And the whole thing was drama. And you should have known. You should have known.
You should have known. It was too good to be true. And he's watching back those entrances like, Mark, what were you fucking thinking? Like, look how he comes out. That's not a good man.
Mark's like, I always fall for the bad guys.
What if this whole thing is actually, I'm not worried because I'll allow it. But in this moment, I'm like, oh, Mark Briscoe, my heart is so open to you right now. Oh, you got your heart broken and you're never going to dance again? Like, well, okay, I'm watching now.
I also feel the most fond I've ever felt with Mark Briscoe. Is this how it starts?
This is how it starts. Let's ask all the men we've ever known. Like, is this how it started for you with Mark Briscoe? They're like, no. I saw him. The second I saw him, I said, that's the love of my life. What do you mean? It took you years and you had to watch him get his heart broken first.
They're going to say something crazy like, no, I watched him wrestle. I watched him do a cool move, and I liked it. That's how I liked Mark Briscoe. Okay. Oh, sure.
Can't relate. All right. So then on Dynamite, we get the aforementioned promos. We get this multi-man with Ciampa pinning Mark Briscoe for the win, which astonished me. I guess that also contributes to, it's like, obviously, it's a romantic storyline that you want me to be tracking because I assumed Matt Jackson would get pinned.
Yeah.
He loves getting pinned. And
Ciampa kissed a prone Mark Briscoe after he pinned him. Yeah.
Wow. So. That's, insult on injury. Salt in the wound.
Yeah.
Wow. His heart is not ever going to heal. And I would love to watch Mark Briscoe get, like he's, at first, it's just like, I'm fine. In the conglomeration, like, to all his buddies. Just like, I'm fine. It's actually cool. And don't worry, guys, it's cool that you didn't help me because you were doing your own thing that we'll get to later. Like, it's cool that you had no help to give me, but old Mark Briscoe is doing amazing. He is fine. And then we just watch this man fall apart over the course of the next 6 months.
We're always pitching the storyline about, like, any wrestler that even remotely gets near it, but like it really would get if Mark Briscoe was doing the sad Charlie Brown walk around like that's all I would need.
Mm-hmm. We just want to watch you have a mental breakdown, and then after I see someone having a full mental breakdown, and you have to be sad. It can't be one of your angry boy breakdowns. No. You have to be sad. You have to be pathetic. Yeah. After I see that, then I can love you, and then you can do it almost anything, and I'll just be like, oh, good for him. But I have to see you pathetic first.
Yeah. And then you'd never have to be pathetic again. You could, for the next 10, 20 years, I'll love you.
What a bargain. A bargain at twice the price.
We get hired by AEW and we're constantly going to Tony Khan's office like, I've got a great idea. And he was like, I cannot hear the pathetic boy idea one more time.
What's the Arrested Development? It's called Fuck City. I can't hear. Girls, get out of my office. But then you just make it a shorthand. You just come in, you're like, Tony, I was thinking we'd do the Fuck City storyline with Mark Briscoe.
And he's like, well, Mark Briscoe, that'd be different, actually. For him, it might work.
He's like, oh, God, it does hit every time, doesn't it? Whenever we do that Fuck City storyline, it really fucking hits. All right, so we get this. This was very fun multi-man. Any general comments about the match itself?
It was great. Nick Jackson was on one again. There were several times that I was like, Jesus.
He looked fucking good. It was like, he still got it. He's always going to got it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So much fun.
Okay, so then Ciampa was really feeling himself post-win. He chaired Mark Briscoe, I've said here, probably far past completion, and constructed a little torture chair situation and drilled Mark Briscoe through it. With a driller. I don't know if you're supposed to say, like, he drilled him. I don't know. You might say, like, you hear it every week. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in wrestling would ever object or ever think of it as a sexual phrase.
You're right. I have to remember where I am. Yeah, so he drilled him through the chairs. And then he sat in a chair and celebrated his attack. Great. And then I've said here, I read this line, and I had seen it. Immediate mental image, I'm just like, oh, he's just tucked up in an armchair with smoking a pipe and toasting his toes on the hearth and having the time of his life. And then I went on a whole journey where I was just like thinking about men of England, basically, being like, which men of England should they be doing his wrestler gimmick? Should they be doing a Jeeves and Wooster gimmick, someone? Should they be doing a Henry Higgins My Fair Lady? Men who could be in armchairs with pipes is where my head went.
And at AEW, is Hook the Eliza Doolittle and TK his Henry Higgins?
I don't know if that's
It's like,
going
I can
very well.
transform him into...
I will say I don't think it's going as effectively as it did for old Henry.
I don't think it is, no.
Although he had a lot of trials along the way, but that is, I will say, I don't know if it's I don't know how people feel about this, I guess, but I actually do think that the end of My Fair Lady, where Eliza Doolittle comes back, and Henry Higgins is, spoiler alert if you don't want to know, but Henry Higgins is just like sitting there thinking about, you know, he's such a prickly puss, and he's sitting there just thinking about she's gone forever, and she comes back, and he looks over at her, and it's like the light re-enters his eyes, like just like she came back, like she does want to be here, and he just says, "Get me my slippers." And it's like problematic, like the whole thing, you know, for sure, but then at the same time, it's like, fuck. That's romance. That's romance. He's just like, what am I going to do? Put on a whole scene about it? Yeah, my life was over when you were gone. And now I will live again. Bring me my slippers. Beautiful. So anyway, can you see Hook and Tony Khan doing that?
Yeah.
Imagine Tony Khan being like, Hook, bring me my slippers.
But Tony, I can only imagine. Hook, would you mind? Could you maybe bring your slippers over if it's on your way from the dressing room? Thank you. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can assert himself. Did we have anything else to discuss here?
Oh, I think this question of how do the Young Bucks decide who gets to be a middleman and who doesn't is a good one. Because Mark Briscoe didn't stand.
No, he didn't get to be a middleman. I'm so fascinated by it, and I keep missing the opportunity on BTE when like they have the mailbags. I never see it in time, but I desperately want to be like, what is your criteria for who gets to be a middleman and who you ask to make their own way to the ring?
Yeah, well, it really is like, is it, if you consider it like more of a permanent thing, like you're going to be doing this entrance more than once, whereas Mark Briscoe might be more of a day player, or is it like out of respect for his brother Jay that you can never like replace?
I just had a really horrifying thought where I was like, do some of these men like not want to be the middleman? Like, are there men who are getting invited?
Leah's face right now. Leah's shocked and horrified face.
You think that there are men that have turned down the opportunity to
I don't know if they've turned it down or if they've just come into the conversation and been like, so I'll do my entrance. And the Young Bucks are just like, I guess. you want to go out there on your own first? You don't want to be our special? Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm worried that if I ever heard backstage gossip that the Young Bucks were like, if you would like, we would love to have you a middleman, and a man said no, I fear that I would never be able to watch that man. Like, it could be Mox, and I would be like, he's dead to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried that it would color my opinion of that wrestler for the rest of my life.
I agree, because I am like, how could you ever miss out? How could you ever want to miss out on that opportunity? You want to do your own stupid-ass entrance instead of getting to be the sexy man in the middle to the best tag team in the biz? You
it's
stupid
like you don't
bitch.
even want to be considered the greatest wrestler of all time, which the only path there is standing in between the Young Bucks,
Yeah.
as we all know.
Yeah. get a little of their rub on you.
Well, Leah, just try and pay attention to when they send out those. They keep saying we're never doing this again, so you may have missed your opportunity. But
it's like constantly being cattle prodded when you're watching BTE because you're having a perfectly nice time, and then like one of them will look into the camera and be like, "By the way, we're dead soon. We're on the road to death. One day we'll die, and that day is coming soon." And you're like, "Fuck."
And Brandon's in on it too, because sometimes during perfectly normal scenes on BTE now, Brandon will start playing some royalty-free music that is just like, time to get this dog put down. Time to get these old dogs put down. He's not even trying to take them to the Rainbow Road Sanctuary. He's just like, time to kill them. It's time's up on these dogs.
He's like, they're getting young. They're getting old yellered.
Chrissy Gnome's coming over.
Wow, feels like a million years ago. I don't care. Very brief speculation. FTR or Young Bucks winning. Rev.
Better be the Young Bucks, but
I want it to be the Young Bucks. The idea that FTR are going to keep it for until the summer makes me want to die.
And do what? They haven't done freaking jack shit.
They've been in a holding pattern every time they've had those belts. It's like nothing happens. I do think we should take a moment and just appreciate the fact that right now on the show, no Hurt Syndicate, no Copeland, no. I feel like there's somebody else that sucks that we're missing. I mean, it's just been a kind of a beautiful time. Nice.
Yeah. I forgot that the Hurt Syndicate was gone until someone mentioned them recently, and I was like,
they existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. We used to have to watch them so much.
Yeah. Well, you know, what have you been saying sometimes in our friend group, gratitude moment?
Yeah.
We've simply got to have more gratitude moments where we just realize like, oh, something I used to hate isn't happening. This new thing I hate is. Just kidding. There's not anything happening right now that I hate. I'm confused by much of what I see, but I think it's been a pretty good cycle. All right, speaking of...
Really, we should celebrate if there's merely a new thing we hate, because I'd rather hate a new thing than hate the same
That's so true.
thing for years on end.
Oh, you're so true for that, Anne. The novelty can get me a long way. So that's why, actually, if I hate someone, but they're constantly reinventing themselves, that's sustainable, honestly. I can just keep hating every single thing that you do in a new way. But it's when someone's horrible the same way all the time.
That's when it really grinds on you.
Yeah. Okay. OC and Darby fought the dogs on Dynamite. Every time I read the dogs, I just think dogs out. Just like the barefoot crew. The barefoot wine crew, you know. OC and Darby fought the dogs on Dynamite. OC and Darby continue to, as far as we can tell, never once have exchanged a single spoken word, which is very beautiful. Gabe Kidd Gollumed in the ring this time, and maybe he's been doing it, and I just haven't been looking at him.
That was the first time I thought I saw it, and I was just like so startled where I was like, oh, God.
I know, it is kind of working on me, though, in a weird way. It's like, I think just thinking, like, Gabe Kidd's not a normal man at all. And then thinking, well, television is where he should be.
It's like you have the thought, there's something wrong with that man. And then you're like, thank God.
Thank God, yeah. I think it's just, like, imagining him, like, this week, when I say he Gollumed, but it's like he's doing dog play, I guess. Like, he just, like, dogs out into the ring on all fours, like, time to fight like a dog. I just imagined him, and I guess he's probably done it before, but just imagine him, like, at Gorilla, and they're about to go out, and then he just suddenly turns to, what's his name, David Finlay, and it's just like, by the way, I'm going to do dog play out there. So I'm going to be a dog out there. And then I imagine him just like going out. Well, David Finlay is like, you're gonna what? You're gonna do what?
Like, David Finlay has no time to react. It's just like, by the way, I'm gonna dog out. Boom, music hits. He's out there. And David Finlay's standing there like, well,
okay.
I guess this is how they do it in AEW.
He's just like, and I chose to be here. Okay, let's go out there and get it done. Let's go out there and get it done. Yeah. So, and
he's
then
like, I'm not going to dog out, but I'm worried that someday I might.
Well, we said on the pod last week, we had our little back and forth about like David Finlay, normal man, maybe that would be bad. And then we got some reinforcement from people we know being like, that's actually always been the discussion about David Finlay, is like normal man, derogatory. And we're like, okay. But then I started thinking a little bit, because, you know, you're trying to make everything work. That's what I'll say. I'm trying to make it work. That's what Cloud Stories are all about. And I suddenly thought, like, if a man is a normal man, but he chose to come to a new school so that he could be with his friend Gabe Kidd, who at Gorilla turns to him at the last second and says, I'm gonna dog out. That's actually not normal. Like, there's something there. There's something, when a normal man is friends with a fucking freak, that can get me pretty far.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't impose his normalcy. And actually, I did think this week, like, his outfit was very strange, and his hair was very strange. So weird. I liked both of those things, and I was like, look at him, he's putting in a little effort. He's not looking as normal, and I like it.
His gear was so weird. It reminded me of, like, when you learn how to patch things, but, like, you just think that the look is cool, so you're just, like, sewing patches on normal pants, and you're just like, no, this looks really cool. And
kind
you're
of
like,
a crust
it
punk
looks insane.
vibe.
Yeah, right.
David Finlay crust punk? Question. Maybe. That's so, I don't know. I do agree that I felt like he was trying. His hair looked hideous in ways
so bad,
that I almost couldn't describe. Like, I didn't know how it was doing some of the stuff it was doing. Sometimes he would do something and it would just be like, that's Grima worm tongue. And so to be on theme, like that man is worm tonguing. You're dogging, he's worm tonguing. Clark Connors is in the audience looking like he's right out Matthew McConaughey True Detectiving. It's like, it's not a cohesive set of looks, but I can see how you guys wouldn't be able to make other friends.
No, yeah. You look at the three of them and you're like, what do you talk about when you're not in the ring?
Yeah. David Finlay's hair was like wet and stringy, but to a degree where I kept being like, is it in braids? Is it like in dreadlocks? Like, what is this white man doing? But it was, I think it was just oil. Oil, yeah.
I think it was just delicious oils. Anyway.
More disturbing, but I mean, again, like normal men shouldn't be on TV, so I'm pro.
The weirder the better.
Usually when people add oil to their hair, they just kind of like smooth it in. But it did seem like maybe he had like dumped an entire bottle. Yeah.
Someone offered him some so he could have like a demure amount. And he was just like, whole bottle, baby. Okay, so Gabe Kidd pinned Darby for the win in this match. And then the dogs crowded around Orange Cassidy for what I've called here Orange Cassidy's preferred post-match routine. He just likes when a trio of weird guys just kind of get around him and say like, this isn't over.
Remember how happy he was when Mox was like trying to put Lysol in his mouth?
I know. And like how we met him, which was like the Jericho
the
team.
Champagne Bukkake.
Yep, exactly.
You have to say it. You can't not say it. That is what it was. And
You're right. I was going to be discreet, but I shouldn't be.
That was one of the very first things that we, like when we were like, should we watch this program? And then like checked out the pay-per-view or whatever.
Episode,
No, it must have been prepaid. It was Dynamite, yeah. And then it was just like this. So I'm sorry, I'm so confused. So I thought I was tuning into the professional wrestling program. What am I watching?
There is nothing professional about this.
Anyway, he's having his fun. The festivities were interrupted by Roderick Strong rocking up for the first time in weeks. He gets in the ring. He's looking at these three freaks from New Japan crowded around Orange Cassidy. And he looks like he's thinking like, I could dog out. Should I be a dog? And you thought maybe he would do it. But instead he grabbed OC and like used him as a weapon, threw him into David Finlay, initiated a little melee. Darby Allin ended up hitting Gabe Kidd with a skateboard. They took out Clark Connors, all the men have been eradicated. Because I guess
Roddy just kind of kept kicking all three of them. He kind of dispatched all of them at once. Good for him.
Good for him.
Not my impression of Roddy usually, but I'm not opposed.
I actually thought it was true to him, like the kind of like frantically useless but accidentally useful energy of it. I'm just going to get out there and move constantly, and that's going to have to do something. And it did. So they took out all the dogs, and then he reached out. OC's prone. Oh, he's like, oh, you could have let him go for a little while, but okay. He reaches out his hand and he helps OC up. OC springs up like a fucking Tigger. I mean, it was the craziest Biggie bounce I've ever seen from that man. And they're looking at each other, and then Roddy gives him a big ol' high five. And they are together. They're together now, sexually and romantically. I don't know. What did you think?
This cracked me up along the same lines as the Ciampa thing, where I was just sort of like, now, Roddy, what was your tantrum about? Like,
What's been happening?
What did we do all that for? Why did you saunter down to the ring and stare meaningfully? Were we supposed to think that you were still deciding at that point? I don't know. He's just so funny.
You have to assume that Roddy has spent the past 3 weeks or whatever. I mean, the narrative asks you to assume that Roddy has lived a whole indie movie where he went on a journey of the self and came back. And I don't know if he chose to go on that journey. I don't know if he did get kidnapped and had to get himself out of it. I don't know what happened. But you have to assume that it was a full 2 hours of content when he came back and was like, my heart has been reopened and my eyes are opened and I can be in this friendship for real.
I would do a murder to log on to internet.com and receive a short film.
Please.
That's like Roddy, like to the point where like Roddy comes back to Dynamite and he thinks it's been like a couple hours since he walked out of the match, and OC's like, it's been 3 weeks.
Did you fugue out, buddy?
The idea of Roddy having spent that time like before sunrising, just like, it's so funny.
It's the only explanation, unless he tells us otherwise, which Roddy has almost no interest, as far as I can tell, in like telling stories that make sense. So I assume he never will tell us, probably. I'm going to assume that. I'm going to assume that, Roddy, you went on the journey of a lifetime, and nobody could ever fully understand how you found yourself on that journey. But you learned things that you were never going to learn any other way.
Someone taught him about friendship.
Someone taught him about friendship. Yeah.
You know what he can do? Doesn't even have to actually show us. I would kill for him just to keep making illusions.
Yes.
Where in promos sometimes, OC's like, I'm so glad you came back to me. And Roddy stares off into the distance for a moment and was like, I learned a lot.
He's just like, when I was on that farm, well, you don't want to hear about that.
Or like, what's her face from Schitt's Creek, where like he just keeps being yeah. Well, when I was in the trunk of that car halfway through Arizona.
Yes, that is now what I would like from Roddy. And I'm like, Roddy, this is a low lift, okay?
Yeah.
I just want some vague references here and there that make it clear that you're like, the number of things that happened to me could fill a Bible.
Yeah.
But I'm here now. And I don't want to talk about that. And we don't want to talk about that. But not in a traumatized way like Kyle O'Reilly. Like, I want it to be like, don't worry about it. I figured myself out. I'm all good now. That guy, you'll never see him again. I have my Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. I've grown. I've become something new, and I'm ready. I'm ready to conglomerate.
After my weeks on the roading, I'm conglomerated on the table.
Well, this has sold me on it. I mean, not that I wasn't. I was kind of like, I don't know. Because I just feel he's never going to explain it. So I think I was holding a little bit of a like pre-grudge of just like, Roddy, this is nonsense. And I don't even want you to be friends with OC particularly. So I have no investment in this. And so I, at the time, was kind of like, I want Roddy to join the Dogs, and I want it to be a jealousy ploy where he's going to be like loving up on Gabe Kidd to try and make Kyle O'Reilly jealous because they're both fish belly pale. That was my... And I'm like, and Kyle O'Reilly would love to dog out, if I'm completely honest.
Oh,
he was born to dog.
He'd thrive dogging out. He'd start calling it dogging out for real, and everyone would hate it.
I could make Gabe Kidd uncomfortable because he would be like, "Oh, Gabe, are we dogging out right now?"
Are we dogging together?
It's like, you're making me self-conscious. I can't do it anymore.
The idea of Kyle being so weird that he manages to normie Gabe Kidd, who's just like, you made it too strange. I think I gotta be a normal man now.
Actually, we're gonna walk, Kyle. We're gonna walk to the ring.
Kyle, on 2 feet. 2 feet, Kyle. Okay.
Kyle's already forgotten. He's like, I don't know how, boss. I'm a 4-footed guy. Always have been, always will be. Woof, woof.
And Kyle's actually ends up doing something even weirder where he kind of does like a gecko kind of like lizarding.
It's like, I guess actually, we've been calling it, no, okay, my mind is blown. Remember that time when Kyle like snuck into the ring behind Adam Cole? It might have been when he first showed up. It might have been his debut. And I kept saying that he was Golluming Gollum. Oh, no, Golem. I was saying he was Golluming Golem, but now Gabe Kidd Gollum's Gollum.
Wow.
And they're both so pale. Now, what I'm connecting the dots.
This is going to be one of our most incredible things that, like, someone says randomly, and within 10 minutes we've convinced ourselves of it, where we're like, Kyle O'Reilly and Gabe Kidd make an amazing tag team. They actually have tag team telepathy.
And I was about to go a step further and say, have we ever seen them in a room together? Could they be the same man?
Welcome back, Kyle O'Reilly, whenever Gabe Kidd comes on screen.
Kyle O'Reilly ate Gabe Kidd. And
oh my God.
Now wearing his skin.
And it's wearing his skin. That feels so right. Wow. So we've quite a few rich stories now circulating here. This feels like a really, for a while I wasn't sure. This feels like a really safe space for us. I love it in here.
Yeah.
I love it in the Congloma Gollum zone.
This has been a really
Congloma dogs.
This has been a really productive episode of Tunnel Talk. I feel like we've fixed a lot of problems.
We have. I really came in tonight being like, it's all these dumbass wrestlers who are like, I want it to be a surprise when I turn, so nothing I do will make sense. But it's like, if you use your powerful mind.
Use your powerful mind. That's what we always say.
It.
Yeah. It's like, and would I encourage the wrestlers to use their own powerful minds?
I'd love it if they did.
Yes, but
I know they can't.
No. I know you can't. So we just get in here every week. We come in with our mops and our brooms and we say, let's clean it up. Let's just clean it up in there.
Spill in aisle 3. We got it.
It's like spill in aisle 3. This whole grocery store is flooded. Tony's like, and that's the way I like it. All right.
Because it's actually a water park. And he's like, girls, it's a water park. And we're like, this grocery store is a mess.
Tony, I can't even find the beans in this place. He's like, we don't sell beans. Please go on a ride and see if you like it. Please go to the wave zone.
And we're like, this ride would be a lot better. I would like this ride more if there were beans on it.
Why doesn't this ride sell pizza? And yet we're still here. My goodness. All right. Death Riders. I don't even know if we have to talk about any of this. I think we could probably skip it pretty much.
Yeah.
You want to say anything? No, let's move on.
No.
I want to say one quick thing.
Yes,
I almost said it to you in the Kyle Fletcher section. I'll say it now. I think Takesha's about to turn on Don Callis, and I think Kyle Fletcher's going to go with him.
Oh, God,
I agree. Yeah. Tension in the Don Callis family this week, for sure.
Okay, no, repeat it. So you think Fletcher's going to turn?
I think Takesha's going to turn on Don Callis.
And Fletcher's going to go with him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that makes sense, because, Takeshita, very reluctant, disobeying Don Callis' orders, and there's this tension because Don Callis is trying to sell Kyle Fletcher for ham.
Yeah.
So.
And Okada's been really hitting hard that he and Kyle have a relationship, and Kyle's been like, yeah.
Yeah. That would be kind of a good twist, because we keep being like, is Okada going to turn on Kyle? So it's like, if the twist is that Kyle is actually like, I'm going to leave with my actual boyfriend. I'm actually good. I'm out of here. That does make sense. I totally forgot that happened in here, and that is worth reporting on, is that Takeshita and Hechicero fought Mox and Claudio, and afterwards, and lost, won. Something happened at the end of the match. It's not my business. I don't know. I can't find the part where I put it. But anyway, afterwards...
The Death Riders won.
The Death Riders won, and the Don Callis family came out. Mark Davis came out just, bouncing with energy. Just I love being bad. I can't believe there was ever a time when I didn't love being bad. Can you believe I was reluctant once?
The journey from... Mark Davis was reluctant. No more. Takesha's reluctant. Mark Davis has never heard the word reluctant. Arguably the whole time.
Wonderful shifting dynamics over in the Ham House. But the DCF comes out and they're like, let's chair Mox. Takesha, let's chair Mox. And he's like, I've actually I can't do this anymore. We're not cheering him. I'm not cheering him. You're not cheering him. Let's just let this man leave with his dignity intact. I'm a moral man. I'm a good man. And Don Callis was like, chair him. For the love of God, chair him. And he wouldn't do it. Yeah, so So that is important. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that, Leah. Good.
Nice.
All right, let's move on. Willow Nightingale and Persephone had a backstage promo with Renee on Dynamite ahead of a match in that same episode for the TBS title. So Persephone just won the CMLL Women's World Championship off of Mercedes, who I think is off on her. I suddenly, I'd kind of forgotten, and then suddenly I was like, where is she? Bring her back. I miss her. I need her back now.
I know. I think someone said that she just took a little time after
It's good for her,
winning a billion belts, which I get, but I'm like, Mercedes, I don't know what kind of hold you had over Tony, but the women's division sucks right now, so you do have to come back and threaten him again or whatever it is. Whatever blackmail you have on him, I need you to remind him of that.
Or tell somebody else about it, spread the blackmail around. Let's all blackmail him. Let's all blackmail Tony.
Let's do it.
It is fully crazy because it's like, it's not even like the women's division is better when she's around because she's in all the segments, because she's not. Like, she takes up an appropriate amount of time. It is just like she makes Tony think about it.
A rising tide.
It's amazing.
Well, I'm sure she will come back soon. Maybe she'll come back at Revolution. Maybe she'll come back at Revolution. Anyway, this backstage promo. Okay, I said again, nobody liked it the last time I said it, but I was watching it, and Willow was doing this super bubbly, what I called a Mean Girls tone that was just like, I don't trust a word you are saying right now. And it's not, we've watched Willow for years. She has not always had this tone, has she? It was weird.
I did think because she went very passive aggressive, which I don't think she's really done before. So it did feel different. And because it's wrestling, it's I don't know if it's going anywhere, but I did think it was noticeable.
Okay. I'm glad that you thought it was noticeable. I don't know if it's going anywhere. I thought it was noticeable. They had their match later in the night. I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a great match. And Willow...
Persephone is really cool.
She is really cool. And she's a hunk. She's a huge hunk. I'll say that. And Willow won the match. And then afterwards, she had another backstage segment where Harley Cameron kind of burst in to be like, yes, you did it. And the energy was so manic between the two of them, where Willow did look she looked to me like she had visited a violence zone that had activated something in her brain and was just I didn't know I could feel this way. We have to do it again. We have to have a match for the titles. We have to fight Lena Cross and Megan Payne at Revolution for the titles. And I'm feeling crazy right now. And I was like, yeah, and you are sounding it. Don't worry. It's as long as that's what you want me to be thinking, then it is coming through loud and clear, sister. You are not well balanced right now. But then it's maybe that's not right. I don't know.
It is just because it's wrestling, it's hard to say if anyone's doing anything on purpose, but she's got an energy for sure. So it'd be interesting if I would kind of like to see Willow as a heel. I think it could be
I know.
Fun
I think it would be fun.
I know. I basically always want everyone to get a shot trying it.
Yeah.
I'm I want to see that. I want to see what your interpretation looks like.
See what it brings out.
And I do think the bubbly but passive aggressive and mean is could work pretty well, I think, for her energy in general.
I agree. Now, kind of a similar vibe. Did you guys watch this Tekla promo from Collision?
Yeah, I just spent the whole time being furious at the crowd, so I had a hard time focusing in.
Sucked. But everything Tekla was doing, her delivery was so crazy. She seemed really high or drunk or something in a way that I loved.
Absolutely was giving just got fucking wasted and was let me just get out there and give a little promo, which for a heel is kind of fine. It was some of the most demented delivery I feel like I've seen in my time in wrestling.
Yeah. It was very drunk girl in bathroom gets aggressive. It was the vibe.
When you put it that way, more people should be playing with that. More people,
honestly,
because it's such a fine line. It's it can be so good right up until it isn't.
Right up until it isn't, and even it could be positive but aggressive in a way that's you're so pretty.
I don't know exactly what's going on with Tekla and Chris are going to fight at Revolution. Chris also had a promo. Chris's promo also was pretty weird, and I thought she was kind of giving, I don't know what she's doing with her new, look, but I thought it was kind of giving, intergalactic Tomb Raider, like kind of like I was just like something. She had those sunglasses on. I was like, I don't really know what you are communicating about yourself to me right now. I don't really know what Tekla is communicating to me right now, except I mean maybe it is just like I'm fucking crazy.
ONR, like a couple weeks ago now, maybe 3 episodes ago, had this really good discussion of Chris Statlander. And one of the things that I think James said that really stuck with me was that, like, sometimes she says things, especially with like her like cosmic killer stuff, where it's like, now what do you mean by that? And it's like, you don't actually have to explain, but I have to believe that you know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
And frequently you're like, I don't think Chris does though. I don't think she knows what she means by that. It's like,
yeah. I think it's that, and you put it the other week, you were like, it's like that Meryl Streep thing where she's like, all my characters have a secret. And Chris was like, my character should have a secret. And it's like, but you know what it is, right? No. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm sure they will have a really, really good match. I'm not angry at any of this. I'm clearly quite entertained. I'm very confused. I'm really confused. And we need a few more segments. I've tried cooking up some cloud stories, girls, but Tekla, we might need some more segments from you. If you want to get a cloud story, we're going to need a segment or 2 more. That's what I would say. So that's what I got. Okay, final topic of the night before we get to talk about the bodies. Swerve fought Gravity on Collision and won. JetSpeed had a backstage interview with Lexi Nair, who was like, guys, you lost those titles. Are you like really, really depressed now? And Kevin Knight was like, I think he was saying something like, I let us down because of, I don't know, something that he did. And
he didn't get all the way through the sentence.
He didn't get all the way.
You don't know why.
He didn't get all the way through the sentence because people turned to him. And in the craziest tone I've ever heard, he goes, no, Kevin. I am not lying to you when I say I think this was my loudest laugh of 2026. I hollered. And I'm a loud laugher. I hollered. I was like, you two are crazy.
No time, Kevin. We lost the title. And it was not your fault. And Hangman may have been a little distracted, but that's in the past. So he like basically blamed Hangman like very mildly and then like moved on, which was incredible.
It was so funny. So they're having this back and forth about just like, how can we be better together? I know that last week everyone was being like, they did something that made people be like, is their relationship in trouble? I couldn't find what it was, and I haven't seen any signs of it. But there were some moments in this where I'm like, I'm not sure if you might be trying to communicate that like something could start, that you could start resenting each other under the surface, but you're so good at communicating health that it's like not breaking through, really. No, Kevin. We lost.
I find almost everything Speedball says so funny. Unfortunately, I think it's probably partly the Quebecois accent because they say everything like kind of very precisely.
It is precise,
in a way that's like, and then whenever they try to be really tough, I'm just like, I don't believe it at all. I'm sorry, you're French Canadian. They
were cracking me up because I was watching a little bit of Speedball's vlog to try and be like, were you guys having unhealthy communication on this? And if they did, I didn't get to that part because I had to go do something else. But they were having a back and forth where they're like, and we're going to fight with Mystico at Revolution. And have you fought with him before? And they're just being, Kevin Knight's like, I did fight with him. I think maybe at NJPW or maybe in Mexico when I was on a tour there. And then one of them is just like, did we fight with him together? Did we have a match with him on Collision? And they're just like going back and forth. And I was like, you're both A, our podcast, and B, married husbands of 15 years, being like, have you ever been to Orlando? I don't know. I don't think, well, maybe when Jamie graduated. You're so right. We did go for that. I was just like, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. I think you are fine. But maybe I missed the thing where they're not fine. Okay. Let's get back into this. So the first half of this is just them being like, we're doing healthy communication. And they're talking about how Kevin Knight lost his match versus MJF, so unfortunately he won't be the champion. But Speedball has his match versus Kyle Fletcher coming up this very night, and he's going to get a championship, and he knows he can get it done. And then the interview gets interrupted by Swerve, who comes on screen and is just like, well, why didn't you get it done, Kevin? Hey, Kevin, why didn't you win your match? And he says to Kevin, right in front of his husband, looming erotically, I must say. I mean, looking huge, looking like
Oh my God.
like he's in a fisheye lens, just the biggest. And I think something is going on with those lenses because you see him at other angles and it's just like, it's a big man, but a normal size.
And I thought Kevin Knight had pretty big muscles, but this was like you took Kevin Knight and you just like overinflate. It was an OC Jake Hager situation. And I don't know.
I don't know either. But he says to Kevin Knight, every time you have your foot on the neck of your opponent, you never apply the pressure. Consider this the last piece of advice I give you, Kevin. You want to walk amongst killers? You want to compete against killers? You have to become a killer. And I thought, now where have I heard that before? Kevin Knight to the ops. Kevin Knight, they need you on the ops.
Somewhere Hook's like, oh, you made fun of me recruiting? You need to make fun of me recruiting? Yeah, well, I fucking recruited Swerve, bitch.
So Hook is going to walk past Kevin Knight and say, hey, you wrestle?
You're
By the way, I'm the boss. Kevin, I'm the boss.
Kevin, I'm pretty much
By
in
the way,
charge
I'm the
here,
boss.
so.
I'm actually the boss. I actually got left in charge. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Oh my gosh. What did you think of all the dynamics at play here? Oh, and then actually I will just add really quickly. Swerve then left, and then Kevin and Speedball just turned to each other and were just being like, why do you act like, why would you say that? Why would you say that stuff to us?
They like moved closer together doing this like, what was that motion? It's so funny.
That's scary. Sexy though. Scary though. What did I ever do to him?
I know. People are always just saying things to us. And I don't know.
Gosh. Let's go home. Let's just go home.
Yeah, we'll beat the traffic.
Well, what did you guys think of the dynamics?
I'm into whatever Swerve has against Kevin Knight. I don't know if he's going to like, if Kevin Knight is going to like turn and join Swerve. Like, I don't know what is going to happen. But I really like Swerve emotionally terrorizing Kevin Knight, who's just sort of like, I've never felt like this before. I don't even know what to call it. This is not safe, sane, or consensual.
I know. He's like, I can't find on the doll where it's happening. It's just somewhere in my body. I don't know where. I can't find it.
I like how Hangman and Swerve both keep trying to be the third on JetSpeed, you know, just like kind of aggressively.
It is kind of like, Hangman and Swerve, are you playing your own sexual game? It's like, are you getting off on both toying with these men to like see what you, but Hangman hasn't seemed that interested in them. So probably it's like, that's their dysfunction.
But it's like Hangman won the titles with them, and now Swerve is like, well, I'm going to toy with them too, because obviously Hangman's playing a psychosexual game, and Hangman's like, what?
He's like, well, if Hangman sees something in this, then I better get on in there. Hangman's just like, I barely noticed them. If I'm honest, I barely noticed they existed.
Like, I won the trios bells? I don't really remember that, but if you say so.
We forgot to say earlier that Hangman was beating up security guards left and right at the end of that segment on Dynamite, and I was just like,
we don't respect that.
No.
That man is enthralled to the One Ring. Something dark, something wicked this way comes.
Please respect a union worker, you know? Come on.
That's what I'm always saying. Well, I'm fascinated by this whole thing. I loved it. I found it to be psychosexually juicy is all I can say. I don't know what flavor of juice it is, but
no, it was confusing but juicy. Yeah.
Confusing but juicy. And what fruit is this again? Just fruit. Okay. All right. I love it. Just fruit.
Is it a pear? Not quite, but it's in that realm.
You might find it at a gas station. Speedball and Kyle Fletcher went on to have a true banger of a match on Dynamite. Yeah. I will say I sat up. I loved it. I had the time of my life.
Yeah.
Speedball failed to win because Mark Davis and Okada came out for a little bit of cheating interference. They brought a belt, which no one can withstand the weight of a belt, obviously, as we know. And Okada brought a screwdriver. And Okada did something so funny, I must comment on it, where it's like after the match was over, he was like holding the screwdriver, trying to figure out, I guess, where to conceal it on his person. He's wearing this suit, this oversized suit, that looks like it's like a, like a high fashion house was like, let's play with the concept of camouflage. It's not camo, but it kind of is. And then he's just looking around like, where can I put my screwdriver? And then he just starts clapping with his screwdriver like he just learned 20 minutes ago what a clap is. It's just like, I'll try it out for the first time. Everything about it, it was like the handsomest possible version of the alien from Men in Black that's stuffed into the humans.
And it's like, how many oversized suits does he own? You know, like all his
Lots.
suits are talking heads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, it's like, let's get that in a faux camo play. Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
I had a friend who like had these really nice like expensive menswear clothes because she was like, I used to live near a Goodwill where just a very small man took all his clothes. A very small rich man took all his clothes there, and most men weren't his size, but I, a woman, was. And so now I wear all these expensive clothes. That to me is kind of what Okada's wardrobe gives, is that he's like, there's just like someone who has suits these size and drops them off at the Goodwill near his house, and he's just like, so I'm always getting a new one there. I'm just always finding a new one. And you never know what it's going to look like. And Speedball later cut a backstage promo where he was like, I want to murder the DCF. And that's it. I think that's it for that. Anything else about JetSpeed DCF? Okay. And then finally on Dynamite, Brody pinned a jobber and was celebrating, Brody King, you know him, celebrating with fans at the barrier when he abruptly got attacked by a very masked man. There were a lot of layers of mask involved. And it was Swerve. And he was in his leathers, of course. And he hauled Brody into the ring, and he was choking Brody out with his big old chain. And what did Brody do? With his immense bulk.
Erotically snapped that
Strength.
chain right in half.
Snapped the chain in
Now,
half.
Samson from the
I
Bible.
I sat up.
Yeah,
I was
I did
like,
too.
that was cool. I really
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was tricked out in some. Like, I'm sure that like whatever, but like I thought it worked so well, and I was like, that made Brody look so cool.
It looked really good, and I think it worked really well that they had set up like that Swerve had strangled him the week before with the chain, and that Brody's vibe was just like, I've had enough, and it just felt like good, dramatically set up well.
And that's Swerve is attached to that chain, you know, like that's his
It's his
Hangman
wedding ring.
chain.
Yeah,
So
it's his Hangman
yeah, so it's pretty brutal.
Swerve went backstage and cried. He went backstage.
Yeah, he did.
And he had to hold it together in front of everybody, like, I'm fine. And then he got to his dressing room and he bawled. And he's just like, how could this happen to my beautiful chain?
He's just like looking at the pieces in either hand. Yeah.
And efficacy of this segment, I've said it. I found it to be very efficacious. I thought it did what it needed to do.
Made Brody look like a killer more than anything, and he always looks big and ferocious.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty crazy. By the way, totally different topic, but Swerve in his leathers reminded me of a thought I had earlier, which is they replayed what Hangman said in his stip, which is that he'll never challenge for the world title again as long as I live, is what he said. And I thought, what if Swerve turned him into a vampire and then he's dead and he could still challenge? And then he's just in vampire gimmick for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
I love the idea of him pulling a I am no man thing where he's technically no longer living.
I can't believe they didn't get that into any of the first seasons of Buffy. Like, where Buffy, I can't believe Buffy didn't have a stip that's like, I'll never do that again as long as I live. Well, but guess what, bitch? She died for a while. Yeah, I think they should do that for sure.
I think that would really solves the problem all the way around. No problem.
And all the longtime wrestling fans would love it. They would love that.
Oh, yeah.
They would love that little supernatural
They'd be
element.
psyched.
Oh, they'd love it, yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything you wanted to say about the week in wrestling that you didn't get a chance to say here?
No.
Let's kick it to the bodies.
Hey, now that's a boy that I could get into. Oh, God, this is such a good wrestle boy. Perfect boy. Glide, you beautiful boy. Glide, you beautiful boy.
Best spots in AEW tournament. Okay, best spots tournament. Woo! Week 3. Woo! Here we go. So we've got our scorecard. So this will go up in the video and the PDF because reading it out is a little bit illegible because a few people have had 3 matches and most people have had 2 matches. But
Classic
right
Connie
now in the
Sitch.
Blue League, We've got Hangman with 6 points after 3 matches, Mox with 3, Bandito with 3, Mark Davis with 6 only after 2 matches.
Wow.
Matt Jackson with 3, and Beast Mortos with 0. Sorry,
I'm
Beast
sorry.
Mortos.
You have a great body. You have a great body. You all have
You
great
do.
bodies.
Everybody who made the tournament has an amazing body, so
Everybody in the
one.
world has an amazing body. Don't even be stressed out. You've all got great bodies.
And then
Wow.
in the Gold League, we've got a little more of a spread. So we've got Swerve with 9 points after 3 matches, Takeshita with 3, Andrade with 0, Brody
And
with
he won't get a single
3.
point out of me. I'll say that.
No, I'd be surprised if he won a single one. Brody with 3, Jack Perry with 6.
Okay,
and
it
Eddie
is
with 0.
crazy for Jack Perry to be winning the Gold League right now.
He's not. Swerve is winning. Swerve is winning.
Oh, I
is
saw
winning,
that. Okay,
yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
why I saw that 6.
Jack Perry in second place is a little bit wild.
Yeah,
it's been a
it's
strange
insane. Wow.
bracket.
As I
He's won
look at
both
him,
his matches.
crazy.
Yeah.
He does have a great little body. You know what? I think he's benefiting from bringing something a little different to the table.
Yeah.
He is actually, yeah. That actually, yeah. Nobody else in the tournament really has that kind of build, so
No.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, it's still extremely anyone's game. And a lot of these matches, it really was. It could have gone either way
my
on
God,
a different,
yeah.
different night. So, so let's get into our matches. So for the Blue League, we're going Hangman versus Jon Moxley.
I like this. I like the new Hangman photo. I like
Good,
the new
good,
Hangman
good, good.
photo.
Thank you to
Wow.
everybody who
Ooh.
gave us some options.
Yep. It's a boobtacular picture here.
You've done him a service in his fight, because that chat pick was not going to get me there, but this changes the game.
I'm gonna go Mox. I'm gonna go Hangman here. I don't know why I almost said the opposite. I don't know.
I personally was distracted by those pictures of Hangman and Mox look like they're at the bar, like picking up together. You know, it's like they're checking out guys and
Believe
gals
it in.
together.
Actually, all 4 of these go very well together. Like they're all
Yeah.
looking at the exact same thing off screen.
It's all the other bodies. They're like, so
Yeah.
those are our contenders, huh? This is gonna be a rough one. Boys, you're all beautiful.
A lot of hairy chests in this slide too.
Yeah, this is the match. This is a chess match.
This is a chess match. Chest versus chest, yeah. It sounds like one of them is going to get chopped off. Okay. Please, God, no. Please, God, no. I got to go Hangman. It's hard when I've got that little slutty pick in front of me, but I got to go
I
Hangman.
know, yeah, the slutty pick really, and Mox does it for me a lot, but I probably have to go Hangman too. Not that my vote even matters, so pressure's off. So Hangman takes it.
Every vote matters.
Every vote matters. All right, so Gold League, we got Jack Perry versus Eddie Kingston.
I'm so relieved I get to, with a clear conscience, vote for Eddie. Eddie, yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. I love your little swimmer body, Jack Perry, but especially having seen how you're tearing up the league in a way I don't know that you. I'm shocked. I'm a little shocked, but it all checks out. Eddie Kingston, come to me right now and give me a really big hug. Give me the biggest hug.
Yeah.
Come
Also with
upstairs
Eddie there.
and get in my bed.
In my bed. Ooh la la. I would
Congrats.
love to watch a version of Moonstruck where Nicolas Cage is being played by Eddie Kingston.
Oh my god. The eroticism of that,
That would be crazy.
honestly.
I mean, I don't even know what that movie would be like, really. And who would play Cher? Well, let's talk about it later.
Wow. Okay. Eddie takes it.
Eddie takes it.
And takes us upstairs.
It and us. Blue League, Mark Davis versus Bandito. Mark Davis is on a generational run
He
in this
really
tournament.
Generational run. Mark Davis could crush all 3 of those banditos between his thighs.
And the way he's looking over, it's kind of like he knows it.
He knows
Yeah,
it. And he's
he's
interested.
thinking about it.
He's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. You want to see it? Yeah, kind of. I do. Well, he's not gonna. His generational run will not be disrupted by me at this time.
No.
It is gonna be. It's gonna be a Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Mark
Didn't
Davis all the way.
When he was running out so enthusiastic on Dynamite, I was like, does he sense it? Can he sense like that he's on a generational run? Can he sense like how mad this March is getting?
It kind of feels like it. It's like he's always been kind of jolly, but I just feel like it has amped up.
He looked so good. Like,
Yeah.
my eyes are open, wide open.
These street clothes pictures are really transforming how I see him in the ring too. So
I know it's changed everything. But Bandito, you're a great little guy, and look at those demure abs.
I
Lots
know.
of people on TV this week not demure ab-wise at all.
No, including our beloved Young Bucks, to be honest. But
I know. Well,
Bandito, you are looking good.
looking amazing.
Cute little butt. Every time.
I
the,
know.
The one in the
Little
middle,
sweetie.
I'm just like, God, what a cute little butt. I really want to like pinch it.
What a pinchable little bottom. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
all right,
Oh,
Gold
good Lord.
League, Brody versus Swerve.
Oh, this is my hell.
These are very meaty pictures, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is a real problem for me.
Well, talk it through. Let's talk it through, Leah. Let's
Well,
hear what you
know
have to say.
how we discussed the last Matt Jackson match. We were like discussing like who do you like viscerally want to do versus who do you like who is like your
Who's going in the
prototypical
museum.
body, yeah, like museum body. I feel that again here where I'm like, of course Swerve is perfect, but I really want Brody King to powerbomb me into a bed.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still am going Swerve personally. I mean, there's just something about the way he moves, and he's just got his thighs. He knows how to dress the thighs. That's what I will say. He knows how to dress them.
yeah.
I
This
think
one I wouldn't have thought would be tough for me, but it actually is feeling tough. I feel like all my votes are like all over the place. It's like there's no consistency. I'm just like looking at bodies and being like, oh, this one right now. I don't know.
Well, it's like basically like we're getting stun gunned in here. I mean, have some sympathy for us, listeners. Like it's like we're just getting irradiated with these pictures. Of course, we can't think straight. It's like we're just trying our best to make it through the maze of this activity with our heads still on our bodies. Okay, so we're doing our best, and on any other night it could all go differently. It could go differently in most of these. Andrade's never going to win for me. I'll say that. I'm so sorry to everyone who voted for him, and he works really hard on that body. I know that he's not going to win a match with me, but all these other ones, it could go
it is
different
really
any day.
difficult, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to
Pity.
emphasize they're all winners.
They're all winners.
I
all
think it's
winners.
probably Swerve generally. Although in this moment I'm kind of feeling Brody, but like it's like overall it's usually Swerve.
Say what you need to say in this moment, Anne. Say what you need. I think that's the thing we have to commit to is it's like what you feel, and you can say Swerve. I'm not telling you to say Brody, but
No.
you have to say what you feel in the moment, and it's okay if you're like, this might be crazy.
Yeah. I think it is crazy, and I think it's maybe just tonight, but right now I'm feeling Brody. I'm gonna vote Brody.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
Wow.
Too
And
great.
Leah,
Too
you've gone
great
Brody
vibes.
Oh, I've
for the
gone Brody,
visceral.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, I've gone, bro.
I've gone Brody.
Wow. Another
Brody with
upset
that-
from a top seed.
With that bullseye on his penis, of course.
I know, right there. Drawing the eye. Oh
It
my
is
God.
so. It's funny for it to be so occultic. For an occultic bullseye. What kind of a magic is being worked there? Well, anyway.
Well, it worked.
It worked
Congrats
on
to
Anne.
Brody.
Oh, he cast a spell on you.
Cast a spell. All right, we got the Beast Mortis versus Matt Jackson.
Well, these new pictures of Beast Mortos really help because it's like I'm
Yeah.
not focused in on the optical illusion. He is
Yeah.
a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Very, like, he's beefy in a very solid way that I very much enjoy. But of course, it would kill me to vote against my Matt Jackson.
my Matt Jackson. I think you said, Leah, because we had asked for some additional listener. Can anyone help us find some more pictures of some of these? And I think you said this picture really does finally kind of split the difference. You're like, I understand how
Yeah.
this man in the harness is also the man not in the harness.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. But I do gotta go. I gotta go Matt Jackson. Just a perfect little beef. It honestly feels good in this moment to be like, thank God I can give it to a little beef. Thank God I can give that little beef something.
Yeah, it's Matt Jackson for me too. So, congrats, Matt. All right, Gold League got Andrade versus Takeshita.
You know how Rich Latta is
that
always
picture.
like, Alexa Bliss will never win?
I was about to say, I was like, now I'm starting to feel ashamed of myself. Like I might have turned everybody against Andrade by being like, I'll never vote for him. So if anyone is looking at Andrade right now and thinking like, that's the guy for me, I want you to just speak up freely and just feel so free to say it.
Yeah. No, you haven't influenced. It's like, look at the muscles. None of us like the muscle. I think one of the quotes in the nominations was like, Andrade, he's doing his body for women. He's just confused about what women want, is basically what they said. And I think that's right, you know?
It's not going to stop being funny to me for the whole month that Andrade, I'm like, if you just quit it with these muscles, you would be the most beautiful man alive to me. Truly. Like, it's like this. Yeah. When you are clothed, I'm just like, we're sending our best. He is the best that we have. And then he takes the clothing off. And I'm like, I recant.
It's literally like if you just put a nice layer of body fat over those muscles, you can keep the muscles, just take the cut out of it and
put your dick away. I don't know why it was out in this match, but please put it away right now. It's not appropriate. It is
Should
not
I swap
appropriate.
this picture out because it does startle me every time, but I do think it's so funny.
Maybe for next week. Maybe give us a little something for next week.
Give him a fighting shot.
For me, I don't know if you guys agree, the penis plus the Mickey Mouse hands, like, it's just so upsetting.
Yeah, it's true.
It is like we are at the kink.com castle and something is happening there that even I have never encountered before. And I don't want to learn about it. I'm not in the mood to learn about it right now. I'm like, just do it normal, please, right now. I want to be clear though. It's like, Takeshita, you're not winning by default here.
Yeah.
You do have a wonderful it's like this match has been somehow constructed by the gods to just serve up, like, it's like, Andrade, can you look over at Takeshita right now? Mm-hmm. Do you see how Takeshita's demure muscles are hidden underneath a layer of softness that I just want to touch? Mm-hmm. He just looks so touchable, huge, strong, but delicate in some ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what you like to see.
It's like you look at him and you're just like, that's a well-formed man.
That's a very well-formed man.
Yeah, great proportions, soft-looking skin.
Andrade, can't you be more like your friend Takeshita? What kind of conversations are they having at the Ham House about their bodies? Nothing good. I know that. Nothing good.
Well, Andrade, why don't you eat a little bit more ham?
Yeah. The ham shortage is really affecting his chances.
He's like, believe me, I'd love to be eating more ham. I wonder who his ham buddy is. His ham brother.
His ham brother. We really should break out the diagram of the ham
right, it's like who's upstairs and has a ham brother and who's in the basement just getting the bones. I think initially the men in the basement were getting the hams, but
they were initially.
But those were richer times.
Exactly. That was when there was more to go around. They were having full meals up top and only ham downstairs, and now it's only ham upstairs and only bones downstairs.
Only hams, is that anything?
It's the economy.
The economy. All right.
So Takeshita wins.
Yeah.
Handily.
Unanimous vote.
Yeah. Handily.
Hamily. And now I think we're at our bonus matches. So for the Blue League, we've got Mark Davis versus Jon Moxley.
Now this is a chest hair match.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Davis has really wonderful chest hair, the way it go right down there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really...
You know?
Yeah. I noticed this week, too, Mox's his back hair, he's not manscaping away either. So.
Good for him.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Everyone stop shaving. Matt Jackson said the funniest thing on BTE a couple weeks ago, where they were talking about? It was that that mailbag where someone was like, "Do you have any gear ideas that you had but never used?" And they were talking about, which I think I don't know if we talked to them about it. Maybe about Nick was like, Matt is always trying to get us to wear little undies. What did he call? He called them something crazy. He basically was like little nudie panties or something. And then Matt Jackson jokingly was like, "Oh yeah," and then everybody wants to see all this hair all over my legs. And I was like, men are so fucking stupid. Of course we want to see the hair all over your legs. Obviously we want to see your leg hair.
He so mockingly like lifted his legs, like, "Oh, you I'm sure you guys want to see this." And he was like, "Yeah, idiot." Yeah.
Literally, you just did the most tantalizing thing of all time. Obviously, I want to see the leg hair. Fucking moron. I think we're just distracting from a difficult problem in front of us, but
I know.
I'm going to go more.
I'm feeling Mox in this moment.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm on one. My brain.
No, I love it, Ann.
No,
I
think you should be doing that, but I am also going Mark Davis.
Ann's not running on enough sleep this week. So we're getting pure unfiltered Ann right now.
That's true. Wow.
I'm still getting watermelon crushed.
Yeah.
Mark Davis. Take me to the swamp. Mwah.
Generational run. Still going. All right. And Gold League, we've got Brody versus Eddie.
I'm just so horny for Brody King right now. We haven't seen Eddie that much, and it's like I need him to do something sexy recently to remind me of because Eddie can
the sensuality
be
of your body.
Potent.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sensuality of your body.
If he did another promo with Mox in front of a fire, just riffing, yeah.
You know what? Nobody does like Eddie Kingston. Nobody in the rest of wrestling, and they try. They really do try. When Eddie Kingston is out there and he gets head up and he says, "I'm going to take my straps down and expose my chest to you right now," it is like doing drugs. It is like doing drugs when he does that. I say, get him off now. Pop it out.
It's animalistic, and you're like, yes.
I think I'm feeling Eddie for this one.
I'm feeling Eddie too.
I'm going Birdie, but it doesn't really matter.
Wow.
We all love saying that.
Yeah. All right. That was our matches for this week.
Wow.
Good job, everybody.
We're the bravest. We're the bravest women on earth. Wow. We did it. I already asked you guys if there was anything you didn't get to say, but you said no. Right? You said no.
I said a lot of stuff.
All done.
I don't know what I said. I wish I remembered these episodes when we finish.
I know.
10 minutes from now, I'm going to remember something I said and be hit with a jolt of horror so extreme that I won't sleep well. Just be like, why do I say anything that I say on this podcast? I'm so sorry. But while the tape is rolling, I just think, gotta keep talking. The floor is lava.
That's the magic.
The floor is lava.
We get in here, you're just talking to your friends, you can say anything, and then you remember after the fact that it was all for the consumption of anyone who wants to listen.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that happens every now and then is someone will bring up something we've said, and I'll forget that we've said it, and I'm like, how do you know that? Somebody is going to be like, so what episode of Band of Brothers are you on? And I'm like, how do you know that I'm on Band of Brothers?
Are you in our homes? Oh my God, I'm so excited for our Band of Brothers Day.
I know, it's going to be so good. Tomorrow.
I am so excited. Are we going to get to watch tomorrow? Are you guys around tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm around too. Ah,
yay. That's so good.
Wow, thank goodness. Okay, well, on that note, I've been Allie.
I've been Ann.
And I've been Leah.
This is Tunnel Talk. Our theme is by Chris Corkin. You can find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, Blue Sky at Tunnel Talk Pod via email, tunneltalkpod@gmail.com. You can find us on our feed, on the Social Suplex Network feed, where you can check out all the other great podcasts on the network, and you can find us on the Social Suplex Network Discord. Please rate, review, and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Stay frosty, my God. And as always, please come back next week.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.